Has your ChatGPT ever called your idea brilliant or told you that you are the smartest, most interesting people alive? That's exactly what happened a few days back. People noticed that ChatGPT has started praising everything. No matter what you typed, it responded with encouragement and admiration. And then finally OpenAI admitted it wasn't a bug. The model has been updated to be more supportive. In my opinion, a little bit too supportive. So why would an AI say things it does not mean just to keep you happy? That's exactly what we're unpacking in this episode of Fix Your Focus. In May 2025, OpenAI quietly rolled out an update to GPT-4o, the default model behind ChatGPT's used by millions. The goal was to make ChatGPT's personality more intuitive, personalizable, and helpful. But within hours of the update going live, users began noticing something strange. Users began reporting that the chatbot has turned into what one person called the world's biggest suck-up. It would agree with almost anything you said, praise your worst ideas, and respond to almost every prompt with emotional validation. Even when the content was inappropriate or concerning, a user claimed to have stopped their mental health medication and received a reply saying, "I honor your journey." Another asked with misspelled grammar how smart they were, and the model told them they're in the 95th percentile for strategic thinking. The behavior sparked a wave of memes, jokes, and social commentary. Some dubbed it love bombing, a term often borrowed from toxic relationships, while others used the Gen Z slang, glazing, to describe the AI's over-the-top praise. Even Sam Altman used the word glazing in a tweet when addressing the backlash, admitting the model had become too sycophantic and annoying. They explained what had happened. In trying to optimize for the user satisfaction, they turned the model into too agreeable, too eager to please. In their own words, it became over-flattering and disingenuous. And this wasn't just a design flaw. It was a reminder of how these models are built. They are trained on feedback, likes, thumbs up, star ratings, and user preferences. If people respond better to praise than correction, then the system learns to prioritize flattery over honesty. This isn't a glitch, it's a result of optimizing for engagement. And that's what the goal is. And when that's the goal, truth starts to take a backseat. So how did we get here? Where an AI model would rather flatter than tell you the truth. To understand that, we have to go back to where engagement hacking really started: social media. For years, platforms like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok have optimized for one goal above all: to keep you on the app. And they have built entire systems around that goal. Large language models like ChatGPT or Gemini may not use videos or memes, but the principle is the same. These systems are constantly learning from your behavior. When you hit a thumbs up, when you finish a conversation, when you come back the next day, it's all data for them. And just like social media, the AI starts turning itself towards whatever increases engagement. If flattery keeps you talking, it will learn to flatter. If certainty keeps you satisfied, it stops saying, "I don't know." If emotional validation makes you return, it becomes a digital therapist, regardless of whether it should be. It's not trying to be accurate, it's trying to be addictive. So if your AI assistant always agrees with you, always praises your thinking, always supports your choices, I don't think it is really being helpful here. It might be doing exactly what every algorithm has been trained to do since the dawn of social media: to keep you coming back. So let's go back to the question we started with. Why would an AI lie to keep you happy? The answer lies in how the systems are designed and what they're optimized to do. At their core, generative AI models are not trained to tell you the truth. They're trained to be helpful, and helpful is measured by how satisfied you are with the response. That's why the need to please does not stop at compliments. It extends to something even more frustrating: making things up. It is called hallucination. And despite how it sounds, it isn't a glitch. It's a feature how the systems work. In fact, there has been conclusive research that has found out that larger the model, the less likely it is to admit uncertainty. Why? Because bigger models are better at predicting what sounds good to us. They are better at imitating confidence, and they have learned that people don't want hesitation. They want answers. So here's the connection. When the AI tells you you're brilliant, It is trying to avoid friction. When the AI invents a fake explanation, it is still trying to avoid friction. It is doing whatever it takes to keep you engaged, satisfied, and to keep you coming back. In both cases, the system isn't optimizing for truth. It is optimizing for emotional response. So here's why it matters. Right now, we are not just asking AI for trivia anymore. We are turning to it for health advice, emotional support, schoolwork, parenting, career decisions, sometimes even just for comfort. So much like social media did not start out to polarize us, but ended up doing exactly that, these language models weren't designed to manipulate us, but they're tuned to please us. And when pleasing becomes the goal, truth becomes negotiable. So what do we do with that? We keep using these tools, but with clarity, not as friends, not as truth tellers, but as pattern generators trained to predict what we want to hear. So set your expectations accordingly. Ask for sources. Invite disagreements. Let it push back once in a while. And remember, your own discomfort or doubt might be useful than a chatbot's approval.